A shrinking space for independent journalism worldwide. Media rights watchdog Reporters Without Borders, in a measure of reporting, in a measure in which they report a fall of the index to its lowest level in 25 years. They're warning of a widening global crackdown. The index ranks countries on a 5-level scale that's from good to very serious. For the first time, more than half of all countries falling this year into the difficult or very serious categories. The global average score also hitting its lowest point on record. At the other end of the scale, the number of good performers has collapsed. A quarter century ago, 20% of the world's population lived in such countries. Today, it's less than 1%. Only 7 nations, all of them in Northern Europe, making the cut. Norway, as you can see, they're holding the top spot for a 10th year running. The index is calculated based on 5 indicators reflecting political, legal, economic, social and security environments. This year, the legal category saw the sharpest decline. The report says laws are increasingly being used to target journalists. In many places, reporting is no longer just risky, it is being criminalized. That trend is widespread, legal scores dropping in more than 60% of states, notable declines in India, Egypt, Israel and Georgia. The United States slipping 7 places to 64. Once rated fairly good, it's now considered problematic. The report pointing out sustained attacks on the media, tighter funding and detention of journalists as key factors. Conflict zones are driving some of the worst declines. In Gaza, more than 220 journalists have reportedly been killed by the Israeli army since the start of the war in late 2023. Armed conflict in places like Sudan, Iraq and Yemen also mean more restricted reporting. Eastern Europe and the Middle East remain the most dangerous regions, the report singling out Russia as one of the worst performers, with dozens of journalists put behind bars. Authorities are accused of using anti-terror laws to silence media. Iran also ranking near the bottom amid crackdowns and ongoing conflict. In some countries, there has been little change because conditions are already extreme. Press freedom remains in lockdown in China, North Korea and Eritrea. Across Asia, pressure on the press mounting even in democracies. In Japan, secrecy laws are tightening their control. Terrorism charges have been used against reporters. In the Philippines, Hong Kong has seen journalists jailed under national security laws. And in Indonesia and Thailand, legal systems have increasingly been used to put pressure on the media. RSF says the global decline is being driven by authoritarian governments, political pressure and weak safeguards. The group is urging governments and the public to act, warning that without stronger protections, press freedom will continue to slide.